Next up, let's make a ginger cookie, okay? Very similar to our soft cookies right here. We're gonna make a nice ginger cookie that's not snap. So we're gonna do a ginger snap, and we're gonna do a softer ginger cookie. Okay, so we just made one, we're gonna decorate. Next up is gonna be a ginger cookie that we make. So same scenario here, okay? We're gonna start off, this case here, I'm gonna add in my softened butter. So our ingredients that are gonna go in here are our wet ingredients that we'll start with. We're gonna put together our sugar and our butter. In this case here, it's calling for a quarter, 3/4 of a cup, right? So I know this right here is 16 ounces, okay? I'm gonna take 16, I have my 8, and I'm gonna go 3/4 of that right here. Boom. 1, 2. Like that. All right, so in with this is gonna be next up is our sugar amount. The amount of sugar we need to cream this with together. 1 cup of sugar. Boom, here's my sugar. Let's get a little extra on here. All right, so sugar and butter, cream together. There we go, lock that on. Open that bad boy up. So I don't know about you guys, but I never really made a lot of baking. I never did a lot of baking at home with my parents. My mom and dad, our family is Greek and Italian, and my parents would get together and they would make Greek pastry. And the best one they made always was baklava. But I'll never forget, one, we loved to eat it, but my parents would usually get in some kind of like, I told you, honey, not to do it this way. I want to do it that way. You know, that would be probably the only time I've ever seen them really even argue. But they would always be kind of going crazy when they'd be making the baklava. So for me here, a lot of fun to kind of get in here and give this a shot of making making some holiday cookies for in the ZLINE kitchen. And I'm really excited here to use the ZLINE products today. So we have our oven heating up already, and we're gonna try cooking in the convection microwave today, which is gonna be really fun. A first time for me to be doing that. So over here, I'm gonna soften my butter with my sugar, okay? So I have 3/4 of a cup of butter, and I have 1 cup of sugar softening down right now, all right? So, and then I'm going to start off by my ingredients, right? So I have 2 1/4 cups of flour, okay? So that's gonna be really easy, right? Come over here, measure up 1, 2, 1/4 cup, put it in here, boom. Done. Next up here, right? So I'm gonna have baking soda. Okay, it's gonna be 1 teaspoon of the baking soda. There it is. Okay, so I have baking soda and I have baking powder up here. Here's baking soda, 1 teaspoon. Boom, all right? That goes in here. Next up, I have some nice flavorings here for these ginger cookies. I have cinnamon, clove, a little bit of salt, okay? So I'm gonna go my salt right here. It's about half a teaspoon. And then I'm gonna do a 3/4 a teaspoon of cinnamon, okay, boom. And then I'm gonna go a half teaspoon of clove, okay. And then I'm gonna add in here, so clove, salt, sugar, water, molasses, and a little white sugar to kind of roll these in, right? So in the ginger side here, I have 2 teaspoons of ground ginger. Okay, I was looking for that on that one. I was like, how can these be ginger cookies if there's no ginger? 2. All right, so salt, cinnamon, clove, ginger, and we're gonna sift these ingredients together also. But into our wet ingredients, as I've already started, right, so I'm creaming these back again together. Okay, let's come over here. We're gonna add them here, we have 1 egg, okay? We'll do the same method before. Pop it in here. Okay, egg goes in. And then I have molasses, a 1/4 cup of molasses. Okay, so I'm gonna eyeball that in here. 1/4 cup of molasses is in. Sugar, 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 a little bit of water. Come over here, grab a little water. It's only asking for 1 tablespoon of water. All right, let's sift together on this side. Still gonna go for my little handy dandy here. Okay, flour, ginger, baking soda, cinnamon, cloves, salt. I got my softened butter with my sugar, egg, a little water, molasses, and I'm good to go here. So next up, let's get our sift on. Okay. Running through here. Make sure you break up those pieces of, really want to make sure you break up the spices in there. Okay. Sifting it down. All right, this is always fun. I will tell you, the one thing I like about baking with the kids is when with the kids you can kind of measure it out and let them do their part, because really if you measure, and you're measuring it, the kids get to really kind of pay attention and they can kind of fill in the things that they fill in the parts and put them together as you direct them in the steps, right? So, okay, let's check this over here. Give you this, show you what this looks like here. Boom, boom. Nice and creamy on this side, okay? We get the molasses in there. It looks a little bit different than the last cookies. The last cookie, when it roll out, these are more like cook and drop bake style. Okay. Wow, goes down, lock it in place. I'm gonna slowly add the sifted ingredients, the sifted dry ingredients to the wet ingredients. Off to the side. Take our time right here. You can smell that ginger and the color looks really great. Kind of like it. It's kind of fun. Actually, you really have to concentrate when you're baking like this. You know, I'm not sure about how you guys do it at home, but for me here, I'm like super A for effort today. Normally I'm just kind of cooking by feel and touch, but when you're cooking by a direct, exact recipe, you got to really pay attention. You know, I don't know if you can kind of get a feel or touch by just, if you become like a really great baker, I'm sure a lot of these people can just kind of throw together any kind of cookie at any time. As we go through this here, nice and slow, adding the dry ingredients. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Just bring them together right here. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Okay, lock that down. Hopefully I won't have the same problem getting this mixer off before. I mean, I can remember making cake batters with my mom though, and being able to eat and enjoy the beaters. We always had to wrestle. My brother and I would wrestle for, I want to lick the beaters, I want to lick the beaters, right? So off comes the bowl, and in here are my soft ginger cookies, okay? Boom. I'm gonna go back and visit that. Let's put this onto here. Okay, that's what that cookie looks like right there. When you come back, we're gonna just kind of drop these right on the plate and move from there. Let's do the soft ginger cookies. And these ones are gonna do a little bit bigger, okay? I'm gonna use my, we'll do 2 scoops into a hand. So here's a ginger cookie. 1, 2, okay? 1. The reason why I want to be able to measure is you really want the cookies to relatively be in the same size. Okay, 1, 2. And these might be the ones you leave for Santa Claus or whatever you believe in. You might want to leave these cookies out, right? So it's a really delicious ginger cookie. 1, 2, 1, 2. Try not to overhandle them too much, right? Okay. Here in this case here, I'm just going to sprinkle with a little bit of sugar. Okay, 1, 2. These are fresh ginger. These had nice fresh ginger in there. I want to make sure they stay a little spread out from each other. Okay. We'll drop these in next. We got here, this is our soft ginger cookie, okay? And you can see those right there. This, I just want to bring a little bit of more sugar on top, okay? I'm gonna let these cook. I'm gonna let those cool right on I'm gonna let these cool right on the rack themselves. So sometimes on a cookie, you wanna give them a good 10, 15 minutes to kind of cool down before you eat them, unless you like to kind of pick them apart from there. We have 4 different types of holiday cookies. That one's not my favorite, but you know, you gotta check it out, right? So you have soft ginger cookies, ginger snaps, peanut butter and chocolate cookies here, and then a really simple little spread too warm right here. Let these cool before you decorate them, but just a really simple sugar cookie that cuts out really well. And you can use any shape and any decoration you like. And we wish you the most happiest holiday season. And I gotta tell you, the ZLINE ovens work amazing, because if I can bake, you can bake, okay? And I guarantee you that you'll have more success than I, and you'll have a lot of fun. And if you can get the kids involved, absolutely do it. You know, it's a lot of fun to kind of step out, do this, and when you have great equipment, it makes life a heck of a lot easier. So we wish you a happy holidays and enjoy your ginger people.